Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you had such a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving holiday with family and friends. As for me and my house, we relaxed. It was the three of us, and I did cook, so I did cook, but that was it. We hung out at the house. We chilled and relaxed, and just it was at home time. Usually, I am traveling and going to go see family and friends, my dad and my brother and everyone. But this year, we just stayed at home. So great time just to relax. So it was good. Again, I hope you had an awesome Thanksgiving. All right, so I'm popping in here for two reasons. One is to kind of wrap up, three my last session. Three things I wish I had known as a leader. It's a leader, um, especially as a new leader, and also to kind of announce next steps for Square Talk. So let's start with what I wish I had known as a leader. For one thing, I believe that I was definitely the leader, a type of leader. It's not even being a leader, it's just me. I'm all about growth. I'm all about empowering people. I'm all about striving for your best. I'm all about breaking limitations. I'm all about, whatever it is that's blocking you or holding, let's get rid of that. That's just something I'm passionate about doing. So that came naturally to me to always encourage my team, to always help them to grow, to move obstacles, which is what a leader's supposed to do. But how can I help them be their best selves? That is still me today. I love doing that. How can I empower you to be the best version of yourself so that you can help others, so you can be an example to others, so you can empower others. And I've always had an awesome team. They helped me learn. They were patient with me too. So I'm just love that, and I'm so appreciative of the teams I've had an opportunity to lead. Now, that's a great, great side, awesome side, a side I love. Now, for some of the things I'm not saying I didn't love, but I didn't know. Again, is that when you are caring about your team and you are encouraging them to grow and to be their best selves, you have to remember to take time out to grow yourself. Now, hold on, hear me out. Hear me out. Um, I did. I attended those what I call like mandatory type classes, leadership classes that I signed up for with other leaders and went to, and I was able to get some things from that. Don't get me wrong. I was able to learn some soft skills, able to learn some things about myself, able to do some things that. Sorry about that, y'all. Able to Oh, I'm gonna put this on pause 1 second. Sorry, sorry. I'll be back. All right. I'm back. Sorry about that little small hesitation. Had to kind of put on pause for a second, but I'm jumping back in. But as I was saying, it's great to want the best for your team, to see them grow, to find whatever classes they want to, if they want to go back to school, to go and ensure that there's dollars set aside for them to go to school or to get certifications. Just on a side note, that's one thing to do if you are a leader or a manager or leader with an organization. About what type of money has been set aside for your team members to continue either their education or maybe certain types of certification or whatever that may be. Because sometimes some companies, at least the company I worked with, they would set aside money that could be used for educational purposes and be able to grow that those individuals. But the thing also is some companies do it and you may not even know about it. So check into that. If you are a leader, really checking to see what type of training or funding for training, whether it's them going after their degrees in college, and they want to use that money for that, they can do that. So just kind of check with your leader, check with your HR, check with your organization to find out, okay, what are we doing to help our people to grow. Okay. All right. All right. So moving on to my next thing. So back to, as I was saying, as we empower work to get our team to grow and to be their best versions of themselves, we have to remember to do the same for ourselves. Like I said, I did do some things on myself, but I wasn't as consistent as I should have been. I put it like that. I dedicated more hours and time to um, work and ensuring that things got done. If you could check with my team members at the time, and we put in 11-hour days. I put in 12 and 13-hour days, trying to get something done completed. And because one, of course, you're in meetings all day, and you go from meeting to meeting, and then you got to come still do your work, and also all that good stuff. But anyway, um, that's one area. But then you, I didn't set aside. I did not intentionally set aside dedicated time to grow myself the way I should have grown myself. I did start on my next degree. Uh, I didn't finish it. I got overwhelmed because I don't know what I was thinking, but I took more classes than I should have, and I powered through it. Don't get me wrong, I powered through it, but it was very difficult and hard, and there was a lot of sacrifice in there too. And also, I had new projects. I had new responsibilities as a manager. Those shifted sometimes from year to year. So yeah, I said it. My roles and responsibilities did sometime here, but that's okay. One thing about me is like I adapt. I go, okay, all right, let's go for it, and we rally up and we get it done, no matter what it was. But like I said, along the way though, I did not work on my own um, uh, growth. And so I didn't pursue, those things that I really wanted to do, or certifications, or things outside of the you have to take type thing. I didn't pursue those other things that would, and so that when, a few years later, it really hindered me. It did hinder, I hindered my own growth. I hindered my own potential, to move forward quicker. So now I am working on that to kind of look at those certs, look at those degrees, those things I started, to go ahead and finish those, or to see, hey, well, what do I really like? What do I want to do? So remember to do that always, just as much as you take care of your team, ensuring that they are growing and having every opportunity uh, provided to them. Do the same to yourself. Love yourself the same way, pour into yourself the same way, even if it's just setting aside 30 minutes a day, or second part of a day on a Friday. Sometimes Fridays are slow. Maybe Friday after lunch, or 2 hours on Friday. But set aside time for yourself to grow yourself, because it's easy to get behind and then try to play catch up, especially when the market changes the way it does here in technology. And if you hear out here a lot of screaming and talking in the background, please excuse me. My door is open, and my neighbor next door in his room, I don't know, listening to something, listening to some kids and laughing. So anyway, number two, what's the second thing? One is continue growing yourself. Um, okay, identify your strengths. I think sometimes we take for granted that we take for granted. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me just turn this off. School notifications, all kind of stuff. But I think we just, I don't know, take for granted. You can get used to doing something all the time, and maybe even people around you doing the same thing or something similar, that it just becomes the norm. You know what I mean? It becomes normal. And so you don't look at it as a strength or something you bring to the table, because you're, one, probably comparing it to everyone else. And like, well, so does the same thing, or she does the same thing, or he does the same thing. But no, there's a unique way that you do it. So identify your strengths. What do you bring to the table? Know who you are. Know what you do well and what you don't do well. That's one of the things I did do as a leader, as an individual contributor. because I was an engineer again. As I mentioned before, I was an engineer by heart. I'm just an engineer. That's just my heart. I am used to doing things myself. I'm used to doing things myself and being able to knock those things out, accountable for them. I'm going to put y'all on a pause again. Okay, all right. I am hoping this is the last time I put this on pause because I really want to get this out. This wasn't going to be a long session at all. So something really quick. So again, know your worth, know what you bring to the table, and you know what? Be proud of that. It's easy to compare ourselves to other people and other leaders and be like, man, I wish I was like that. And this is something helps you to grow and improve how you work and how you come across and how you are. If it enhances you, then okay, look at it. Try to work on improving that. That's just self-improvement. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to imitate another leader and be just like them, you're not being your authentic self. And when you're not your authentic self and you're pretending to be someone else, um, it's hard to maintain. You're not around that leader all the time. You don't deal with the same things that leader deals with. As a matter of fact, you don't know that leader. You and that leader are totally different people. You're two totally different people. Admire them. Some of the qualities they may have that you can use to enhance your leadership style. These are like soft skills or even some hard skills or whatever. Sure, do those things. Try to imitate another leader. There's only one of them, just like there's only one of you. And you cannot be them. You can be like them. You can kind of favor them. You can kind of have the same flavor, the same approach, but you won't be them. But let me ask a question. Why would you want to be? One thing I love is that God created each and every one of us to be our own selves. And I may not have said that right, but that's okay. There's only one of Vanessa. I used to joke with my team sometimes. I'd be like, I am unique. I'm special. I'm special. And I am. My mom, I am special. There's only one of me. There is no one else in this world that can be me better than me. So why wouldn't I be me? And not only that, but who says being me is wrong? No, don't get me wrong. Now, if I don't have a short temper, but if you have a short temper and I'm just exploding at everybody all the time, then that's something I need to work on as a leader because that's just not. But um, if I am polite, if I'm kind, if I'm compassionate, I'm considerate, if I like to listen, I like to truly understand my team who I'm working with, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what God created you to be. You can't be something different than what you were created to be. Those are soft skills and mannerisms and things the way that I've always been my entire life. Why would I come into and one compare myself to other people and try to mimic them and try to be something that's not natural to me, that's not authentic? So that's number two. So number one was ensure that you're growing yourself, same way you grow your team. And number two, know what you bring to the table. Okay, know what you bring to the table. Know what values you bring, meaning that okay, I'm great at this. Which leads um, also, if you're great at this, does not mean you have to be great at everything. I know if you are IC, or you used to be an IC, well, we all used to be ICs. IC, just in case, individual contributor, which means you do not, or did not have a team up under you. You just did your job and reported to someone else. No one reported to you. You may have worked together on things, but no one reported to you. So that's what I say. That's what I mean by ICs. Abbreviations, if somebody may not have gotten that. But back to my number three is that you don't have to be the person that knows it all. You know, I've read and I know that being a smart leader, being a true leader, is surrounding yourself with people who know more than you. Now, people are like, what? Take my job. If God placed you there and put you in that position for a season for a reason, then that person cannot take your job. Unless you just give it to them or something, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can just like, I quit and walk away. But no, a leader grows leaders. A leader empowers other people to be their best version of themselves. So there's a lot I did not know. There's a lot I didn't want to know. And there were some things I probably should have learned more about, but again, I just didn't want to learn. But I had people on my team who knew that. And guess what? I trusted them. I trusted their knowledge and what they brought to the table to be able to work together as a team to deliver whatever it was we had to deliver. So trust your team. You don't have to know everything. Find out what qualities each of your team members bring. What do they do best? And then set them up for success. You know, set them up to give them some part of a project or some task or something that needs to be done area, especially if they show an interest in it and you have a little time. I mean, if you got a deadline on something that needs to be done like right now, and you've got Bob over here who knows how to do it and can knock it out quickly, let Bob do it. But if you got a little time, and let's say Lizzie decided, hey, I want to learn that, can I work on that, and you got a little time, sure, maybe pair them together. So my thing is that you don't have to know everything yourself. Two, trust your team, be their best version of themselves, and to bring to the table what you don't know. And you may not, you should make sure you understand it. You have an understanding of it. If you had to speak to it, you can speak to it. But when it comes to the nitty gritty details, don't ask Vanessa. I will quickly go and get my team members and be like, hey, okay, could you explain this? Because I want it done right. We want it to be done correctly. So again, those are like three things I wish I had on as I started off as a leader. One is to grow myself. I didn't do that very well. Working on it now, but I didn't do it very well in the beginning. And then I started and I stopped. Number two, know my strengths, know what I bring to the table. Don't compare myself to other people in a negative way and think that I'm not enough, because I am more than enough to do what I was called to do. And, I had to go through a cycle of that and had to realize that. And then three, I don't have to know everything. And I think that comes to, feeling that as a leader, I'm supposed to know everything. I'm supposed to. You're supposed to be aware of everything, be able to understand everything, to be able to articulate everything, and at the end of the day, to be able to make a decision. But I don't have to know everything to the nitty gritty details. Okay. So just three things I want to share real quick. Hopefully you can use that in your journey as a leader or a new leader or a soon to be leader, but I just wanted to share that. So also, if you feel this helped you in any kind of way, please feel free to share it with anyone else. My heart's desire is, again, going back to your previous videos, is to help empower ambitious professional women who could be feeling lacking experience. They feel inexperienced in their role as a leader. They may be, kind of self-doubting, may not have confidence. All of this that I went through, as a new leader years ago. But I have come a long way. I will tell you that. I just wish so much. But anyway, if you want to hear more, I should continue to tune in, and I'll be sharing here, again. So about that, yes. So I will be doing this. I had thought about the weekday, but I know how we as women, we get started, and men, if you're no judging, if you're watching, how we get started, we start our week off and we just plow through it. It's like as soon as you get in the door and start working, you just bam, go through it. So I'm looking at doing this on Sundays, just a Sunday quick nugget. Every week, it may go from 5 minutes to 15, 20 minutes. But there's a quick nugget, real quick, come in on Sundays as you prepare to start your work week. I know sometimes leadership is you could be on for 24/7, could be on call. So that means you're always, you could start on a Sunday. But anyway, so I'm doing so 6 p.m. every Sunday, and I will come live, or and share that. And if there's some reason I cannot come live, I would definitely kind of pre-record and post. But I will keep you all posted. I would love to hear your feedback. Give me your thoughts. Give me your topics. What are some things you'd like to talk about or hear more about, or at least my thoughts on it? I am no expert, but I'm an expert in what I know about me and my experience and how I dealt with things. So I'm not expert in everything, but I'm definitely about let's find an answer. Okay. Um, well, let me correct that. Let me correct that. I am an expert. I'm an expert in the lessons that I've learned along my journey as a leader. So that's something that no one can take away from me. No one can tell me any different, and I'm here just to share that with you to help empower you to, one, you're not alone. Two, it's okay to feel how you're feeling. And three, forward. That's it. Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you. Catch me here every Sunday at 6 p.m. for a few minutes of leadership wisdom, a sharing. I don't know what I'm calling it yet, but that's what we're going to be doing. And please feel free to share this with everyone and anyone, okay? If you could like it, I would greatly appreciate it. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right. Have a blessed and awesome day. And again, happy Monday. Bye.